Welcome people to the World Wide Web, and we have another pickup video for this week, or the first one for this week, but you know there's always pickup videos in there, so only a few new ones to add to the collection this week. Trying to not overspend too much this year as I normally do. So just go. So the first one, it was two items that I received from a seller from Facebook. So this is Retro Storm Shadow from the G.I. Joe classified lines. Really good figure. I've got him in a little bit of a pose. I'm not the best poser in the world. Let's go up and look at him. But obviously, he comes with the spare arrow, which is somewhere, but he's going around. Yeah, he came with a spare arrow and a bow. It's clipped into there, but that's obviously fallen off somewhere, probably in the back. And then obviously the two swords. So it's quite a cool figure. I recently got Snake Eyes this month as well, so I'm glad to have both of these. I know this is the retro version, but I still think he looks really, really good. So that was the first, or part one of the first one. The second one is obviously this guy, Croc Master. So the guy had these two and Lady Jane and Roadblock as a bundle, but I already had the other two figures. And obviously Croc Master doesn't come with his alligator or a few of the little bits that go with it, but that was reflected in the price. I know a lot of people are buying two of these and keeping the crocodiles, and that's fair enough. For me, I'm with the vehicles and the animals like Timber the wolf and stuff like that. They just take quite a lot of space. I mean, Spirit I don't mind because he's got the eagle that sits on him, but the others, they do take up a lot of space, so I'm not too fussed about getting them. You know, if I do see a loose alligator or something that will fit quite well with him, I probably would buy it. But yeah, so that's another Cobra. So I think I have a few more Cobra agents now than I do G.I. Joe. I've only been collecting just before Christmas. So I think I'm at like 11 or 12, and I'm about halfway to the figures I want to get. Obviously, Serpentor being in there, and that and I think Firefly and Beachhead and Duke, they're quite expensive ones. But I'll keep looking out for, and hopefully I'll get into a good sale. So that's one. So another, and then I will move on to the next one, but a little conversation to go on now. So as most of you will know or have seen when you buy online and stuff, eBay is normally seen to be the worst of the two, like in comparison to like Facebook and other stuff. Obviously it mixes and it varies between people and all this stuff. So if and this will pertain to another series I'm getting, and I'll update it, but what it is. So I found, so I'm the Modern Collector. I collect this line, trying to get it as complete as possible. Obviously been only doing it this year, so I've only been doing it 6 or 7 weeks, I think. So I started just after Christmas. So trying to find these, trying to figure out they're complete, and you know, I'm calculating the time and money and stuff involved with this. So I got this guy. I asked the seller from eBay, not eBay, sorry, Facebook. You know, was he complete? He went yes, but without the gun. I was like, oh, brilliant, that's fine. Looked all really good condition. Turned up, noticed the peg holes there. There was obviously something that's supposed to go on his feet. Looking through some other photos, because maybe it was me, maybe some of the other there wasn't really many of these, if any, are around, and I checked it and none of them found the skates. I hadn't seen the skates even spare because they're different type to the ice skating ones, and it's hard to tell from the packaging. I just believed the seller. You know, it obviously was you know, I'm not necessarily pointing a finger at them, but you know, it turned up. I paid 80. Well, I said a price. He said a price. Sorry. I said all in. He went yes. I went to pay for it. He went add fees. I'm like, as you'll know, this is one of my pet peeves. I'm just like, if somebody asked for a price all in, you wouldn't go into a shop and go, I want that DVD and there. How much? And they'd be like 10 quid, and you get to the till and go, actually, it's 11.50 because we have to put the tax on. Who does that? But again, you know, I did I did say to the person about, you know, when you ask for a price all in, I wasn't being offensive. I just was saying that was, if I've dealt with people and that's how I would know. If someone asks all in, I give them the price in. I always give the price in and never break it down, because I just can't be bothered to, you know. I'm like, here's a price, if you want to pay it, I'll post it out to you. Whatever happens, you know, for the fees, if it's more to cost than I've calculated, then I'll just take that cost. That's just what it is, but that's me. So yeah, so $18.85 it cost me all in all. Not complete, missing a weapon and missing skates that I will probably never ever get. So it is for the Modern Collector. Now, Obviously, I've only been, say, collecting like 7 weeks of stuff and looking at Find Up, and I've only ever seen 1 or 2 of these, not seen a complete one. Right, so I bought this one, turned up, and I had a bit of frustration with the seller. Obviously, they didn't seem to care, but that's by it is. I paid for it. So looking on eBay a day later, and what comes up? A complete one. Start listing, 10 quid, £3.50 postage and packaging. So I was like, after being miffed with that, I was like, yeah, let's stick 15 quid on it. So if I do get it in the maximum bid, it will cost of me like 50p, 40p cheaper than what this guy will. Forgot all about it. Time runs out. I win the bid at 10 quid. So 13.50. I now have a complete version with the weapon, with the skates. Lesson of a collector. Now I've got a spare one to trade that isn't complete, but it is what it is. You live and learn. And I say, don't always be that. In all fairness, eBay has been quite bad at times and with bidders and stuff. But in all fairness, like the communication with this seller and a few other bits I've had in regards to Mighty Ducks stuff, they've been perfectly good. Really happy to please and stuff. And I'm quite surprised. And then then you have a few issues with Facebook. It is what it is. So yeah, that's all my pickups for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Cypher Sigma. I'll see you in the next one.